Alrighty, here we go. I think it's going to be tomato day. I got to get out to that Friends of the Garden plot at the high school and get cracking on making some hills and such forth for the squash. But I mean, I need to get these in the ground. And aren't these beautiful looking tomatoes? These are the best looking things you've ever seen. Who grows tomatoes like these? You know what? It's my fault. As per. It's all good. Tomatoes are way hardier than what I think a person thinks. Even that little guy. I think he's going to end up living. It's weird. I don't know what to say. These guys I left them out. It was my bad. I forgot them under the table here one night. It got down to like 5 degrees, Felt like 3 degrees, with the wind chill or what have you. I don't know if plants feel that, but I certainly do when I'm out, and they didn't like it. But when you look at the ends of them, like there's green there. This guy's an anomaly. He doesn't mind the cold. But, that to that. So I think these are going to live. And I've planted tomatoes before that have been disgustingly leggy like this, and bury them nice and deep. They get a huge stalk on them. All this stuff's going to get cut off. And I got my fixins. I have absolutely no scientific evidence that any of this works. What are you doing? Nice shirt. Little beer pong, eh?
Can I have the keys?
For the car?
Yes.
Why not? Why not?
Nice.
If I can find them.
Yeah, maybe.
There you go.
Alright, I'll be back soon.
Okay, see you, kiddo.
See ya.
Love you too. Alright. Here is... Alright, so here's the master mix. I looked for it today for a while on YouTube and I could not find the guy. He had a great little video on sort of how he plants and what his philosophy was. I have no clue if this is scientifically proven, but sounded good. So when I dig my holes for my tomatoes to go into, which I'll be prepping this bed here shortly, but this is the little mix that goes in. I've been doing this for 3 years, and every year I've had, like last year I think we had almost 200 pounds worth of tomatoes, which a lot of them just go into a blender, go into the freezer Ziploc bag, and get added to soups and stews and sauces throughout the course of the long cold winter. But here's what we do. Put a little bit of evaporated milk powder in. That's got calcium, 25%, according to the bag, and bags never lie. So the calcium, basically what it does is, if you can get sort of a head start on it, the tomatoes get something called blossom end rot. So you'll end up with a nice fruit, and then you look on the underside of it, and there's just this big chunk of rot, and it's not really something that you're going to be able to use. So I've done that in the last 3 years. I've never had it. Is that a coincidence? Do we just not get that in this area? Could be. Absolutely. Epsom salts is just magnesium sulfate, and all plants green up and need a certain amount of magnesium. And again, a person could go to the extent of doing a soil test to find out if it's actually deficient in this. I've done it for the last 3 years. I've done it in multiple different beds, and none of the plants have issued a single complaint. This is mycorrhizal fungi, which, a person could do an entire video series just on this unbelievable fungus that's going to attach itself to the roots of 95% of plants in the world. I believe it's 95%. There's a very, very small group that does not. There's no ill effects. It just doesn't build a relationship with it. But it will help extend, essentially, the root system, because the fungus is much, much smaller than the roots and can go farther out. So it's gathering more nutrients, more water, and bringing it back to the plant in exchange for some basic sugars. They work together. They're besties. They go everywhere together. Baking soda is, I just put a little bit in the bottom of the hole, mix all this stuff up. The baking soda is to deter basic fungal diseases that will happen with tomatoes. And then some bone meal for some slow release. And it looks like a lot of stuff to do. And you know what, I agree. If you have a tomato plant and you're like just a straight up super lazy gardener, dig a hole, put it in the ground, water it in, and let her buck. Right? It's come what may. Mother Nature, it's a plant. Its design and its only goal is to get to a point where it can produce seeds so that there'll be some more of it next year. That's all it's thinking, right? You don't need to go to this type of an extent. I'm not a car guy, right? Like, I'm not a car guy. I couldn't give a hoot about vehicles. They get me from point A to point B. A lot of my friends are car guys, right? So I'll do an oil change. I'll make sure that the tire pressure's up. There's no lights are out or anything like that. And I drive this thing, and I don't look for problems. I don't look for how to make it better because I don't care, right? But I do care about gardening. And it's how long is this going to take me when I dig the hole to just take a wee little bit of this, boop, 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 pop it in, mix it up, and plant it out. It's not going to take very long, right? Like, I got buddies that spend time polishing the rims of their tires that are driving down a dusty road that are just going to get dirty again. If that's what they're into, fill your boots, man. That's awesome. Okay, this is what I'm into. So we are going to make a nice little mix. I'll keep you posted along the way. I don't think you need to see me digging holes. I mean, that's, you put a shovel in the ground and dig a hole. I'll show you how deep I do dig them though, and how far I plant them, and whatever. Enough yakking. Let me get going. Check with you later. Long, but I've got an early girl that needs to be in the ground. So, just as an example, I mean, that's a normal shovel depth. I mean, I don't 15 inches, 18. Depends on what your soil's like. Like up front is just all clay. I've been building this soil for a few years now, but I don't think I could get down that far. It would just be walls of clay around it, and the roots wouldn't be able to spread out. But tomatoes absolutely can handle being planted very, very deep. In fact, all these little hairs, those will actually turn into roots. So the deeper you plant it, the stronger and larger its root system is. You don't have to. You could just plant it right up to where it is. It's just that the farther down it is, I mean, the more it's able to access the moisture that's just in the ground itself. Because when the top gets dry, 6, 7, 8 inches, 12 inches down, 18 inches down, it's not dry. So the plant has much less stress. So I don't know where's the best way to put this thing. So Epsom salts. About that much. It's not an exact science, that's for damn sure. And the evaporated milk. About the same. Baking soda. That should be fine. I mean, typically you'd put a tablespoon of that in a gallon of water to spray your plants to get rid of fungal disease. So, I mean, just a little dusting in there. Let's see. That was bone meal. And just a bit of that. And then the mycorrhizal fungi. Great at parties. He's a real fun guy. It's supposed to be in contact with the roots. Like, that's how it works and builds its relationship. So I will actually put a little dirt in there, soil, whatever, mix it up. And plant him down. I've taken off a few of those leaves. We'll take off a few more. That is going to be in the way as well. Now this is bent up because it's just been kind of lying around here. I can stake this up, and this guy might have to come off too. I don't want stuff touching the ground. We're going to get bugs and pests and spray up from rain and all the rest of it. Asking for problems. So, just whatever. Fill this back in. And keep going. Catch you in a bit. Alrighty. See if I can get that thing sitting somewhat. It's probably not straight. It's going to look really weird. This is one of the ones that got hit pretty bad by that cold weather, as I'm sure you can see, but there's hope. So, we'll just snip these off. You can do it with your finger if you want. Oh, there's a little sucker already starting to try to heal up the plant, but whoop-de-doo, it's going to be underground. Whoop-de-doo. And you, I think you'll be fine for now. Alright, so that leaves us not an awful lot. I think that should come off too. Oh well, what are you going to do, hey? Okay. Epsom salts. Evaporated milk. A little baking soda. Some bone meal. And the patented mix. And let's get this guy out. Your root system's not very big at all. You weren't liking life in there. Little fungi. And let's see, let's keep that up here. I'll take that off later. And we can watch at the end of the year and see what happens. But that one was pretty weak, pretty spindly, pretty thin-legged, whatever you want to call it. Wasn't looking great, but I have a lot of faith that there's going to be a whole bunch of roots down there growing and happy in the next little bit. And I'm pretty positive that I'm going to eat something off that before the end of the year. So, anywho, get the rest of this done. We'll check back with you later.